Hi, this is Vicki with My Paper Connection. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and I'm so happy to be with you today. I'm going to make this really fun card. It's not a fun fold, it just has just a little pop of, I don't know, fun there. I am using the Heartfelt suite from the new mini catalog. And the papers are so fun. There's some shiny foil type papers, and they coordinate with punches. There's a punch that has a solid line, and then a punch that actually has a scalloped outer appearance. There's some real red ribbon, and these gems are just excellent. So I'm going to get started, but I did want to tell you, if you do not already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you would like a catalog, I would love to be your demonstrator, and I would love to send you a catalog. I will also send you a celebration catalog as well. And through March 31st, for every $50 that you spend either through this catalog or the annual catalog, then you'll receive a celebration item of your choice. That's enough of that. I want to get started playing, and I want you to come with me. So without further ado, let's start playing. Okay, so we're going to be using our Real Red cardstock. I cut it at 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. But don't worry, all of the measurements and all of the supplies that I'm using will be listed on my website, on my blog. So be sure and check that out. Okay, I'm just burnishing that. I'm going to put that aside. The next layer I'm going to use for my card front is Flirty Flamingo. And as you can tell, I used a Flirty Flamingo right in here. I actually used 2 of them. So what I'm going to do to save cardstock, I'm bringing my punch in, and I'm going to just cut out a heart on this side, taking it in as far as it'll go, cutting a heart out there, and I'm going to turn it around and cut it out here. And what happens is this saves my paper, because it saves me using other paper, and I can just put this on here and nobody's ever going to know the difference. All right, and then I'm going to bring in this beautiful DSP. I love all the DSP in this paper pack. And I'm just going to go ahead and glue that down to the front of my card. So I decided to switch it up a little bit and go with the other side. So let's go ahead and we'll get this down onto the cardstock. And when you have patterns, I know this sounds elementary, but you have to make sure that your patterns are in the right direction. You don't want your hearts upside down. That seems elementary, doesn't it? But I can't tell you how many times I've put card bases on upside down. The next thing I'm going to do is to punch out this really pretty heart from this paper. And can you see the gloss on it? Isn't that fabulous? And then you have arrows with hearts in them on the back side. Just really cool paper. And because I've already punched 3 out here and I need to get to this, I'm just going to go along right in here and just trim this off. Then I'll come in with my punch, and I'm using the straight edge punch for this, and I'll just come right up to here. And you want to make sure that your margins are clean and clear, and just punch it, just like that. Okay, the next thing I do before I assemble my card is to get my stamping done. So I'm going to bring in my beaded heart and just ink that up with some Flirty Flamingo. And I'm going to stamp it right there. Then I'm going to come in with So Lucky to Have a Friend Like You, and with Real Red, just going to stamp it right there. Then there's this cute little heart that has, I don't know, bubble exclamations. I don't know. It's so cute. I'm just going to put it right there underneath the other heart and kind of let it, it's almost like an exclamation point. And I smudged it a little bit, but it'll be okay. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is to stamp my arrow. And I brought in just a scrap of paper, and I'm just going to stamp it like that. And then I'm bringing in my Roses Are Red sentiment, and I'm going to stamp that in real red. And I'm going to try to straddle that line. Hopefully I won't get my head in the picture. There we go. Now I'm bringing in my mini trimmer. Isn't this just the cutest thing? Oh my gosh, it's so cute. And I'm just going to trim this down a little bit. Now, I normally would do this with scissors, but I was having trouble estimating where to put that in the middle. And so I thought, well, you know what? I'll just use a larger piece and I'll just cut it down. You've got this little plastic guide here, and so you can take it up close to the edge. I love that about this trimmer. You just do that. Take it up a little closer. Then that little flexible guide, you can hold it down with your finger, and then you can just chop it off. And that allows you to get pretty close, and it lifts up. So I'm just going to take it over and do it again. All right, let's put our card together. I'm bringing in my silicone mat, because if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I can be a little messy. So the way we're putting this together and the way we're getting this effect is we're just going to fold this in the middle like this. And be really careful not to play with it too much, because you don't want the foil in the middle to crack. You're going to do the same with your Flirty Flamingo hearts, and it's okay if you burnish those pretty well. Okay, then you're going to just put some glue on the back side of your ornamental heart, and you're going to glue it together with the Flirty Flamingo. Now I'm using Tombow because it allows you to kind of move it around and get it in just the right position. Okay, then I'm going to come back in, put some glue on this side, and then do it like that. Okay, then I'm just going to add glue on, and I think what I'll do is take my bone folder, pinch that in place so it doesn't go anywhere, and then just burnish that. Yeah, okay, let's move it just a little bit, and I think we still can. But you know what? If it's stuck in place, which I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little bit of the Flirty Flamingo, so I'm just going to take my scissors and just go along that edge and just trim that Flirty Flamingo off. Because you know what? None of us are perfect, and sometimes it just shifts, and that's okay. That's the way we fix it. That's why we have tools. So then you're just going to put a little glue on the back side of your heart, the Flirty Flamingo. You just open those panels up. Then you're going to place it down on top of your scalloped heart. And then just kind of wing it up again. Isn't that cool? It's like a flying heart. I love it. Did you see what I did there? I just flipped it around. I paid attention and made sure what direction my card was going in, because just recently I actually put one upside down. Okay, so I'm putting some dimensionals on the back of this. I'm not going to put them down just yet. And I'm putting dimensionals on the back of my sentiment that's going to go flying across the page. You see what I did there? My flying heart with my arrow that's flying across the page. Pretty clever, huh? I have my moments. Then I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool. This tool is fantastic. This is just one of the ways I'm going to use it on this video, is to just lift up the backs of those dimensional backings. Okay? I'm just going to go ahead and put this in place.